Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi guys, I'm here today to film part 2 of my Meet the Horses vlogs. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does she get these videos out so quickly? It was only 6 months ago that we saw the last ones. I don't know what to say. I'm obviously just magic. I just get these videos out so quick. Lickety split. Joking aside, I've been asked for so long to do these Meet the Horses vlogs again because I literally did part 1 and then sort of forgot about it and sort of, I don't know, I just didn't like editing 45 minutes of just me talking. But anyway, I'm back and I'm doing it. I'm going to show you the other horses. So today we are doing this thing. So today we are going to be meeting Sally, who is a fairly new addition. She's a bit, you know, in your face. She's currently got hold of my arm. That's why my arm is doing that. Thanks, Sal. So yeah, we're meeting Sally, who is going to be messy. She's already slobbered all over me, so apologies. No. Yes, she's already slobbered all down my cream top. That was a silly choice. So we're meeting Sally, and then we're also going to meet the lovely Jamie. Hello, Bobble. Because she's been doing a bit more, and she's been on my Instagram quite a lot, and people are asking about you because they don't actually really know who you are. So yes, Jamie and Sally. I was going to be sensible and split it into 3s. However, Ace, my old retired pony, lives out with the babies and he's sort of part of their group. So it makes sense doing them as a 4 and doing these 2 as a 2. Hi guys, real quick, it's future Meg here, as you can tell, because I am dressed up to the nines because it's now freezing cold in November and I think I filmed those last clips last month. Anyway, I'm blabbering, you don't need to know that. Basically, this whole video, I'm gonna annoyingly say that I'm sorry for it only being 2 horses, but it is in fact a lie because it's gonna be 3 horses because you're also meeting Jaffa at the end. So yeah, just a quick thing to say, ignore me when I keep being annoying and saying that it's only got 2 horses. Because it hasn't, you're meeting 3 horses today. Okay, now back to Jam or Sally or whoever I was talking about. Catch you in a bit. So, stay tuned. We're going to meet Jam first. Why are you all so obsessed with my hair? It's because I never wear my hair down. But I wanted to wear it down for once because it's clean. Hello. Okay, Jam, let's go. How's the lighting? It's not amazing. That's better. Oh, Jam, you've got to put your head up. I don't like that lighting. Okie dokie, here we are. Look at me, doing my Meet the Horses vlog. Part 2. So first up we have Jam. Jam, put your head down so everyone can see you. I've got treats to, give you a good look. There are both sides of her face. Jam. Jam's proper show name is actually Jamelia. Don't ask me how she got that name because it's a bit weird for a Connemara pony to have the name Jamelia, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Her breeders obviously thought it suited her. So yes, Jamelia is her full name. She is a 5-year-old Connemara, as I've just said. You're currently about 15.1, maybe edging on to 15.2. We actually bought her as a 3-year-old. We imported her from Ireland, so we never viewed her. I'd always had this lady on Facebook. Look at what Sally's done to my top, how embarrassing. So I've been following this lady on Facebook, like friends with this lady on Facebook for a while. She had such lovely Connemara ponies in. They were always super, super smart and really nice. But they were quite expensive because of the quality of the pony that they were. And then out of nowhere, we saw Jam on there, and she was really different to anything that had been on there because she was just like, there was just pictures of her in a field and like some of her being chased around to school, but like she was all muddy and stuff. So it wasn't like the normal pictures that you saw on there, because normally they'd be ridden and they'd be like jumping a fence and stuff. So Mum and I, Sally made such a weird noise. Mum and I both really like the look of her, so we were like, oh, let's just message her and find out what she is, like, you know, a little bit about her. So I messaged this lady. We weren't really looking, but in the back of our minds we had this idea that we wanted something to put in foal, because Lara, who's actually staring at me literally just out of shot there, she had a covering left over that we'd paid for but she hadn't taken, so we changed stallion. So we basically had this AI covering that we needed to use. We thought that we wanted something to have a foal, wanted a Connie mare, so she really caught our eye. So we messaged this lady for a bit, back and forth, and I think she'd just bought you at Clifton Sales. I think she'd been at a racing yard before that. But I don't quote me on that, but I think that was the story. She'd been at a racing yard, and then she'd gone to Clifton Sales as a 3-year-old, and this lady bought her, and she wasn't exactly the stamp that she normally gets. And she was a bit young, and she's a filly that, you know, she tends to sell more geldings. So she was going quite cheap in comparison to the other ones, just because she was, yeah, what I've said before, you weren't really what she was after. So we were really keen on her. We got her to send some videos. I'll try and find this video of what we saw before buying her. So this clip was what sold Jam to me. She looks really weird, but her movement just really got me, because she does not move like a Connemara pony. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going to try and insert the clip here. So yeah, you'll see what I mean after watching that. She had this massive movement, and I just loved how much presence she had. So I was like, oh, I actually really, really like her. So we said to this lady, we're quite keen on her, but we'd had a really nasty experience in the past importing a horse from Ireland. So we said, can you just get her backed? Because we want to know that she's not crazy or anything. So she was amazing, really helpful. We agreed a price and then agreed like a backing price. So you stayed for an extra 2 weeks, I believe. And they just did the groundwork with her. They long reined her, lunged her a bit, and then got a rider on and got you walking around their farm. So that was perfect. That's all we wanted to see, just to make sure she didn't have any like nasty things, you know, anything, you know, that she was going to deck a rider as soon as they get on. But lo and behold, got these pictures through with a rider on, a little video of her walking down a track. We were like, fab, send her over. So we arranged transport. I was actually at uni at this time, and she arrived. This is our old yard. We had no electricity or like mains water or anything, so it was like just a field with a barn in it or stables in it. And she arrived at something crazy, like 4 a.m, because they'd been delayed and like this, that and the other. So Mum gets this phone call. We hadn't even told Dad that we'd got a new pony. So Mum gets this phone call at 4 in the morning, obviously wakes Mum and Dad up, and she'd be like, oh yeah, the pony's arriving in 20 minutes, I've got to drive down to the yard. So yeah, Jam arrived in pitch black, so Mum literally couldn't even see what she was like. She just popped her in a stable, gave her some hay and water and thought, I'll come down in a few more hours when it's light. So yes, we have this lovely grey pony. I'm obviously buzzing to get back from uni and see her, so I think I went down like as soon as possible because we didn't really know when she was arriving. We had a bit of a nightmare with transporters. It wasn't their fault, it was just, I think like the weather was bad, so a ferry got cancelled. Yeah, it all added up, so I didn't know when she was arriving, so I hadn't like arranged to come home. So as soon as she was there, I came home and saw her, and she was the funniest looking thing ever. She looked like two different horses. I just remember thinking, we were like, your back end does not match your front end. And that's still a little bit the case now. She's a bit built downhill, and she's a bit short in her neck, a bit long in her back, and just conformation-wise, you're not amazing. But she's just got the sweetest personality ever, and she's got a real sort of need to please people. So I think you can work past poor conformation if they've got the personality, and she definitely has. So we put you in foal, actually not to this AI stallion that we had planned. I can't even remember why that fell through, but it did. So she ended up going in foal to the same stallion that Lara was put to, and so the same stallion as Ari's dad. So that was fab. That's College View stud. If anyone wants to put their horse in foal, I cannot recommend Pat and Sarah enough. They're just amazing people. They're so helpful, and they really know what they're doing. They've got a selection of lovely stallions. I think they've got 4 at the moment. We just sent Jam there, and they just deal with everything for you. So you just get a horse back in foal sort of thing. So it's really easy, and they're really lovely and kind to the horses. So yeah, anyone looking for to have a foal, I'd recommend that. Jam, can you come back, please? This video is literally about you. So yeah, get her in foal, all scanned, happy. And then last year she has the baby. So little Arwen. I was so pleased it was a filly because I really wanted Lara to have a filly. Sorry, Ari. So yeah, little bay filly, but she is, however, now turning grey. But you'll see that when I do the Meet the Babies video. So you had her, she was such a sweet mum because obviously she was only 4 when she had Arwen. And she was like, she was just a bit of a teen mum. She didn't really know what she was doing, and you're just a bit dopey, aren't you? So there were some times where she would like almost tread on Winnie, and like she'd forget about her in the field or something. But she was just, her heart was completely in the right place. She was just so sweet with her, and she did really try her best. And Winnie's turned out lovely. She was a really nice mum, so I think she could definitely have another foal at some point in her life. Come on, Bubble. So yeah, had Winnie, and she was weaned late. She was weaned really late because we had a bit of a harsh winter, and Mum hates weaning them and having the foals on their own for winter. So we waited till February or March time, and then we sent you to some good friends of ours that had actually moved up to this neck of the woods a similar time to we did. So we sent you there to be weaned, and you spent a few weeks in a field with some youngsters, just, getting over having a foal really, strengthening up again and just letting her body settle down, let the hormones settle down, let the milk dry up. And then I was away in Canada, and they very kindly rebacked her and got her going for me again. So I'll try and put a few of those videos in here.
Yeah, you're on video.
Good girl. Good girl. Sounds like stop messing around. Get on.
Go on. Take a step forward. Good girl. Walk on.
Good girl, Jam. Right, it is me. You know me. Oh, I always click when I get on. This baby's a heart attack sometimes. Hey, Jam.
Just chat. So I always find, especially with the babies, if you're chatting away to them, they're listening to you, they're not really focusing on.
Well, yeah, and it's a bit more normal for them when you do actually then use your voice like.
And she's always been great on the lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Quite weird seeing you on it, because I haven't seen anybody else on
Yeah.
it.
Good girl, Jam. What a clever pony. Yeah, she is very responsive off the leg, actually, isn't she? Not sure if I like that or not.
And that's why it's kind of a bit of a fine balance at the moment, as to just kind of wrapping your leg around and keeping still rather than too much, because she's quite off it.
That'll be good when we get to event.
Yeah.
We see a long stride.
Planning ahead there,
Yeah.
definitely.
Girl. Yeah, see what you mean? If you like shift your weight, she's just like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's just, you know, unless she could have had an unbalanced rider on her at some point that has just, you usually do find that there's been something that's why they're a little bit, as if somebody's maybe got unbalanced on her and nearly come off at the beginning. I usually find that's the only reason why they're sometimes a little bit like that.
Oh, really?
It might not have been, but...
It might have been when she was backed in Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm rubbish at this.
Go circle here and then go from that corner so we've got a long side.
Good girl.
Come on then.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I'll fall off the next one.
No, there won't be another one.
People that want to know where that was, that is Mill's Stables. Really, really recommend them. They're amazing with youngsters. They do retraining of racehorses, so they're not scared of anything. Not that Jam was tricky or anything. So yeah, you were there for 3 weeks, I think, for the breaking, and then like however many weeks it was for you just being in a field chilling. And then we got you back. I was doing my uni finals, I had badminton, and obviously I'd just got back from Canada. So you didn't do loads. You were sort of forgotten about. Jam, can you come over here? Come on. So she had a really slow start, but to be honest, even though she's 5, and she, you know, she was obviously broken late as a 5-year-old, it really wasn't a bad thing for her that she didn't do that much over the summer, because she just needed to, just needed to get used to not having a foal and sort of let her body settle down a bit. So I think it actually did her some favours just doing a little bit of work over the summer, and then we properly picked her up a bit later in the summer when the eventing calmed down and I had more time. So now you have been in work since about March, but she's been sort of treated like one of the proper horses, probably only the last 2 months. And I've been so impressed with how quickly she's come on, because at the start I was really not a big fan of her. You were so weird about turning, and she was really funny in her mouth. I actually had the dentist do her when she was away being backed, and then she came back and I was like, Mum, I don't think that her teeth are like right, like she does not feel right in her mouth. So we had the dentist come back out, a different one, to look at her mouth, and he was like, no, she's been done, there is nothing wrong with her mouth. So I was like, okay, well, let's just crack on then. But I didn't want to take any chances, but that's how funny she was. I had to get the dentist to come out twice in about 3 months. But yeah, so at the start I was a bit like, oh, I'm not really feeling this youngster. I think she'll probably, you know, be one that I just break and then do a tiny bit with and sell. But then the penny just dropped. We took her randomly to school hire. I think she was just going as a companion because we needed to get them on and off the lorry. So I just thought I will throw Jam on to stand with them. And then I had 10 minutes left at the end, so I hopped on her, and she'd only been over like a pole at home before. And we put some cross poles up, and she just trotted round and popped them so nicely. And I was like, oh my God, like, you've actually got a lot of sort of hidden talent in you. And then since that day, the penny just dropped. She suddenly realised that there was like a purpose of this work. She wasn't just going around the school for no reason. Like, she realised that if she does well, she gets to go out places, and she really enjoys doing that. And since then, she's just been a different horse. She's just tried so hard. And that's the main thing for me. I can deal with them if they're not particularly talented, but I hate it when horses don't try. It really like turns my motivation off. But she's just been so sweet. So we started doing a bit more schooling with her once the school was redone. I had to do loads of, when I was going through my tricky phase with her, I literally just, in the end, I just banned her going in the school because she was getting so sour and nothing was going in. So I did about 2 months of just hacking. She didn't go in the school once. And then it's just, yeah, that I think combined with her going away to the school hire, she just suddenly sort of clicked that what her job was and that it was quite fun. So since then we've started doing a bit more jumping, and she's got such a sweet jump. We had a saddle properly fitted to her recently, and that's helped her no end. Her turning's been way better since then, so I wish I'd done that earlier. But it's hard with a young horse. They change shape so much, literally week on week they change shape. So I was reluctant to get a saddle fitted too early because I didn't want to have to replace it every week. Obviously, I'm not made of money. So yeah, now she's been away to a little clinic. Come here. And she's been doing a bit of jumping at home. I'm so excited about this horse, I really am. She's giving me a completely different feeling now to what she was a couple of months ago. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'd like to keep Jam for certainly a bit longer to see where we can go. So plan now is, it's October now, so Lara, can you stop? The event season is over for the big girls, so I've sort of got a lot more time to focus on the youngsters. So Jam's going to get out and do some dressage, do some show jumping. Literally, whatever I can do, I'm just going to throw it at her. I'm just going to try and get out and do as much as possible. Some eventer challenges or arena eventing. And then I'm hoping to get her out really, really early next season, get her out eventing. I have been cross-country schooling on her. It wasn't really proper cross-country schooling because I was going for a photo shoot with Shires, but I just threw her in the lorry to mess about with. But she was really good. She was really bold, and it was so mad, like her 4th time ever jumping, and she just popped some of these 80 fences. So she's definitely got a lot of promise. Yeah, so get her out early eventing. My big aim with her is to hopefully get her to the Burley 80 Championships. But BE are keeping us very in the dark about that. We don't really know how to qualify or anything. But we have been told that it's happening in 2020. And seeing as I didn't get to Badminton, this is like my big, big aim to get to Burley. Jam, show them your Burley face. Show them how ready you are for Burley. You don't look that ready. So yeah, I'm going to get her out going 80 as early as possible, you know, obviously assuming she's ready. Probably join her to BE. I might do an unaffiliated first just to make sure that she does want to be an event horse. And then yeah, join her to BE and see how the season goes. Probably do some 80s, 90s. See where we go. She might step up to 100 next year. She'll be 6, so she'll be quite strong. But obviously I've just got to remember her mental age. Like, she's really a 4-year-old now because she's only been in work a few months. So yeah, it's just remembering all of that. But in an ideal world, I'd love to get her to Burley and love to get her out eventing. Don't do that. So I think that's everything. In terms of habits, again, You have the biggest buck ever. You and Sally are like buckaroo ponies. They just hoom around the field, bronking. But touch wood, she hasn't done that with me on yet. Shouldn't have said that. She's quite cuddly, although you haven't been that cuddly in this vlog, but she quite likes having a good cuddle. She looks like Yoda because she doesn't put her ears back, but she's always got this resting ear sort of position, and honestly, I swear to God, front on, she looks like Yoda. You sort of saw there. So, you know, that can be what she's called. Have you got any other habits? You're just really sweet. We've now got her foal back here. She came back in the summer, and Jam's just been amazing. She's not like one of those weird protective mums that, you know, can't concentrate if the foal's around. To be honest, I think she's actually forgotten that Winnie's her foal. I think that's everything for you. Breeding wise, I can't remember. But she's not got any fancy breeding. She's just got she's just a registered Connie pony. So, yeah, I can't remember her breeding, but it's nothing particularly exciting. But I'm sure one day I will actually tell you on a vlog what it is. I think that's everything. Yeah, she's just a really sweet pony. I'm really excited about her, actually. And it's an odd one with her, because normally with my youngsters, like, you always go through phases where you're like, oh, this horse is never going to be decent. But that was the longest I'd ever been through that phase with her. I remember thinking, like, no, this pony's never going to do much. Hi. But lo and behold, you've pulled through and you're really nice. And she loves jumping. I'll put some little clips in.
Good girl. Good girl. Clever girl.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good girl. Good girl. So do not want to go through the water. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Girl. You're a good girl. Good girl. Oh, good girl.
Well done, Dan.
Brilliant. One more time with the poles. Lovely. Really good.
Alright, I'll put the sketchy line. There's a dodgy one. We made it! Well done! We took her to a clinic the other day and she just popped over all these fillers, and it was the first time she'd ever seen fillers. Just honestly melted my heart. So really excited to have her on the vlogs a bit more, and hopefully next year you'll be seeing us out eventing and seeing us at the Burley Champs. But we will see. Need to find out how to qualify first, Jam. Might be too hard. So I'm gonna move on to Sally now, and that'll be it for this vlog. It's still gonna be long because I can see that I've been talking for 20 minutes. This is the problem, I can talk about my horses all day. I have to like really rein myself in, but Jam. Yes. Okay, so next pony in the Meet the Horses vlog is the lovely Sally, aka Labracob. She has this nickname because she is essentially an overgrown Labrador. We haven't had her DNA tested yet, but I'm fairly certain that she is half Welsh Section D, half Black Labrador. She's literally the friendliest pony ever. She's so into everything. So most of you will know that Sally came from a sales. We got her the September that's just gone. I think it was September. Yeah. So she came from Hereford Sales. She was there. We went to it was like the Welsh sale bit that they do annually. If you haven't seen that, go and watch that because you'll see a lot more like what she was like the day we bought her. So we've had her about a month now. We've kept her in a bit of work. She was broken. She'd been ridden about 3 or 4 times. I can't remember what the owner said, but like not very many times, and she'd been used to pull a cart twice as well, so she'd been like broken to harness. That's what I should be saying. This pony is obsessed with licking. As you can see, she is a licky monster. So yeah, we've had her about a month and we've just taken it really slow. She's only 3. So we've been doing a bit of hacking and just getting on her in the school and walking, trotting her around. We've not even cantered her under saddle yet. I don't think she's ever cantered under saddle. So I'll save that for next year when she's 4 because my goodness, can she buck. She's quite a laid back pony, but she bucks. So when she's in the field, wow. So that's what's making me think that she can actually jump. She's only been lunged over like a tiny cross pole, and it was not inspiring. But the way she can buck, I said the same with Jam, and Jam can jump now. So I think she'll be able to jump next year when she's stronger. I've not even said how big you are. She's currently standing about 15'1". She's quite big for a 3-year-old, and considering she's a Welsh Section D. Yeah, but I'm thinking she'll probably end up 15'2". Little disclaimer, because I remember when I bought her, I kept calling her a pony. That is just, I call all of mine ponies, even if they're horses, just because from when I was a kid, it was always like going down to do the ponies, so that's just kind of stuck. But with Welsh Section Ds, even though, yeah, often they are bigger, I still just call them ponies because they are Welsh Mountain ponies, like that is their breed. So if people wondering why I'm calling her a pony, I know technically it's wrong because she's over 14.2, but the breeding, like, it's just kind of, because she's a native pony breed, it's just kind of a done thing to call her a pony. So I'm sorry if that offends people, but it's just, I'm too set in my ways now to call her a horse. And look at her. You cannot call her a horse. She's so, like, you're just a big dopey pony, aren't you? That's what you are. So plans for Sally. She is now going to be turned away. She had her very last ride yesterday. And she's going to be turned away in a field just to mature, to grow up and to strengthen. She's actually quite weak despite being quite big, so I really, really don't want to push her. I don't want to do any damage for her. I want her to have a long, long, happy life and be a very, you know, strong and well-produced horse. Pony. So I really don't want to do any lasting damage to her now, so I'd much rather she had some time away. And yeah, strengthen up, and next year she's going to be brought back in, and we will just see what you want to be, won't we? You know, I'll give the jumping a go, but if that's not her strength, then perhaps you'll do some dressage, or even if she's just a happy hack, like, she's so lovely and she's so good at hacking even at 3. So I think there's definitely going to be a job for her. But I think she could be a really, really striking dressage horse. The only thing is you'll see in some of the clips, is that she licks all the time, even when she's got a bit in. She's just like, so yeah, it's quite a common thing for a youngster to do. Like, they want to play around with their mouth, like, that's how they discover things. In terms of her doing it when she's riding, it is, again, common for youngsters to do a lot of their mouth because it's sort of like a processing thing. I'm just hoping that it stops for next year because, you know, dressage, in dressage tests, she's so strong. You get 2 marks deducted every time they put their tongue out. So can you imagine how many marks I would have left if you've just from watching her in these 5 minutes? But that is sort of all there is to say about Sally at this stage. In terms of habits, licking, she's quite good in the stable. She poos up the walls, which really annoys me because I've just painted these stables. You sleep a lot. People on Instagram will have seen every day she has a full-on nap. Other habits, feed time, you tend to dig a hole in your bed, which is a bit annoying, isn't it? But the others are a pain, so that's actually not a bad habit for her at feed time, because at least she's not crashing around and kicking the door. She's got a big buck, we've said that. You like galloping around the field and doing a big Welsh trot, don't you? Oh, do you know what? I can't remember your breeding off the top of my head, but it's in that vlog. Do you see what I mean about this horse just being a big Labrador? Like, she's a puppy. She's an actual puppy. So cute. But yeah, that's Sally. You'll be seeing a lot more of her next year on my Instagram and my YouTube, hopefully. But for the meantime, you're going to go and have a holly bobs. We've got some friends lined up for you. And yeah, you're going to go and enjoy yourself over the winter, just being a baby in a field and mucking about. Hey? Mwah. So, yeah, that's Sally, or Labracom, as I now call her. Look how cute we look. It looks like a Christmas card. How adorable. Got one treat to try and persuade Jaffa to stay by me the whole time. You've met Sally and Jam in this video. As I said a while ago, you're also going to be meeting Jaffa because we actually bought you after I filmed those last clips. That's how long ago I filmed this stuff, and then I just don't get around to editing it. So, this is Jaffa. He is a 4-year-old Welsh Section D. We bought him at the Welsh sale, so you can go and watch that vlog and see more on that, see like how we actually bought him. He hadn't done anything before we had him, ridden-wise. He'd had tack on, hadn't you? And I think he'd been lunged. We weren't told that he'd been long range, but we think he had, but possibly that hadn't gone too well, but we don't really know. We don't know much about him. But yeah, he'd obviously had good handling. He was very trusting of people. Someone's been very nice to him, because look, you can see he's very happy being around people, so that's fab. I've had him for 2 weeks now, 2 weeks yesterday, my love. And he's been amazing. He literally went on his first hack this morning with Becky on him. Yeah, incredible. I'll put a little clip of that in here. Yeah, we better get used to having pictures taken. Now you're a vlog star. No, good boy. You were so clever this morning, weren't you? Yes, you were. But yeah, I'm not going to put too many clips of him in this video because there's a Jaffa breaking video coming right your way, guys. I say right your way. Give me a month or so. Yeah, loads of people ask me, like, is Jaffa mine? Is Jaffa mum's? Is he Becky's? He's all three of ours. So again, if you go and watch the vlog, you'll see how much we paid for him and everything. But we basically split it equally 3 ways, and then we work out how much he costs the whole time. We obviously don't take hours into account, literally just like food, shoes, teeth, back, you know, all the things that cost something up front. And then we deduct that off of the price we eventually sell him for, and then we split the profits 3 ways. Because loads of people ask me how it works. So that is literally how it works. Come here, come on, lovely. So yeah, to answer all of your burning questions, he is owned by all 3 of us. We all have an equal share in him. So the plan with him is to continue breaking him, obviously. It works really well, sort of doing it with Becky as well, because Becky is very established breaking horses. She used to do breakers full time, so she's broken literally hundreds of horses in her time. Whereas I prefer more of the riding away, like getting them to start schooling and everything. So we work really well as a team. So you'll notice that a lot of the, well, in fact, all of like the long reining and stuff that he's done, Becky's been doing that with him. And then I've been doing a little bit of the riding, and then I'll sort of progressively take over a little bit more when we start the schooling and competing stage. But it's just really good to sort of combine our 2 strengths, because I've not really done that many breakers. Yeah, and Becky just completely knows what she's doing, and she stays really calm with it, and she's got all these good tricks up her sleeve of what to do in what situation. So yeah, it's a really nice way of doing young horses, because I feel like they get the best of 2 riders, don't you? You get the strength of both of us rather than me do a naff job of breaking you in. Yeah, that is the plan with him. We will then continue getting him going. He's going to have a little bit of a break over Christmas, but he's very strong for 4, so he's not going to have ages. He'll probably have a week or 2 just to take it all in, to think about what you've learned. And then we'll get you properly schooling and get you out competing next year when you're 5, hopefully. And then he is going to be for sale at some point, aren't you, my love? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so adorable. But that is sort of, yeah, that's all there really is to say about the Jackmeister. He's probably been the easiest pony that I've ever broken or helped break. He's just been so sweet. We had like a little wobble with him when he first got long-reined. Don't really know why. I don't know if it's based on a past experience or not, really. You never know, especially by them ourselves, because we never even met the owners. But he's just been, like, to get him out hacking in 2 weeks is just amazing. But yeah, I'm going to say a lot more about the breaking process when I do my breaking vlog with him. Obviously, like, I know I'm going to get people comment, like, you shouldn't have done that so quickly. Thing is with breakers is you've got to treat them all as individuals. He'd had very good handling, so it really wasn't, you know, it wasn't tricky for him. He was quite happy to go and do it. Obviously, if he was a 3-year-old thoroughbred that was quite nervous, there's no way we'd be doing what we're doing after 2 weeks. So yeah, it's just about, you know, treating each horse as an individual and seeing how they feel along the process. Jaffa, I'm trying to be serious. But anyway, I'm gonna ramble on more about that in my not Meet the Horses, this is Meet the Horses. I'll ramble on more about that in my Jaffa breaking vlog when that's eventually out. What else is there to say about you, Jaffa Cake? Habits. he's been really good. The first, he took a few days to settle. He was quite boisterous at the start, and we were like, oh God, what have we bought? Because he was so calm at the sales. But he's settled down fine within a week. And then you weren't at all licky or nibbly, were you? But you've been having treats when you've been a good boy, so you now want treats all the time, which is a bit naughty. I need to stop with the treats, but for breaking purposes, sometimes they are useful. He's got really, really nice movement. You'll have seen on my Instagram. Yeah, there's some videos of him trotting. I'll try and put some videos of him trotting here. Damn, Gina. Oh my God, we've got a dressage pony. Good boy, Jaff. He's got such nice, loose, floaty paces, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh my God, I can't get over that trot. Woo! So yeah, as you can see, he's such a smart little pony. So I'm very hopeful that he'll at least make a lovely dressage pony, possibly an event pony, because you've got a very good back end, but we just need to sharpen that front end up, don't we? But that'll all come. We've only lunged him over a jump once. So that will come in time, won't it? He's currently going out with Ari. Ari's his best buddy. He's actually next door. You'll meet Ari in the next Meet the Horses vlog. Whenever that may be. No one knows, even I don't know. Got nice little bleach blonde hair up here, haven't you? You're ever so pretty. And then he's got this big lovely white face. I think it's so cute how like straight that line is there. Am I embarrassing you? Okay, okay. Yeah, there's not really much more I can say at the moment about Jaff, because I know I've got this other vlog, so I'm trying to... Oh my God, look at his hair. Look at your forelock. Yeah, I know I've got his breaking vlog coming up, so there'll be a lot more. That's all completely dedicated to him, but I just wanted to introduce him, because I forget that sometimes people on YouTube don't follow my Instagram, and so you see like Jaffa in the field or something and you freak out because I've not told you about a new horse or something like that. So yeah, I recommend everyone goes over to my Instagram. You'll get a better idea of what I'm doing day to day if you do that. Jaff, have you got anything else to say? Oh, his breeding. Shock, I'm doing the breeding last. I think his sire is Menai Ben Hur. And I think on your mother's side, you've also got another Menai stallion. So he's like from the Menai stud, which is very well known and very respected. They breed lovely ponies that always move, don't they? They always move beautifully. Jeff, is there anything else you would like to add to this vlog? Other than the fact you're super, super cute. He's just so sweet. Me and Becky are in love with him. Yeah. Very, very excited about him. He's biting my willy. He's not quite gotten used to this vlogging lifestyle. So what is this? What is that? Yeah, that is everything about the Jaffa cake. So thank you for watching. I will now cut back to my old outro that I'd filmed before I knew we were going to have Jaffa. Thank you very much. See you next time. Oh, before we go, those of you that are on my Instagram, when I hit 20k, 20,000 followers, you are going to have the opportunity to win, well, 3 people are going to have the opportunity to win one of these Shire's hats. Yeah, so keep an eye out on my Instagram to win one of these. They'll be in different colours. So head over to Instagram. If you don't already follow me, quickly, because we're nearly at 20k. And then you might miss your chance. Okay, right. Toodle pip. So that's it for my Meet the Horses part 2. I hope you don't mind that I've done it just the 2 of them. I just think it makes, sorry Bear, I think it makes a bit more sense when the youngsters are all out together. But stay tuned, 6 months time, I might have that youngsters vlog. They're currently in that misty field over there. So I will try and do that sooner rather than later. Maybe in the next week or so, but I want to get them in and give them a brush and everything. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Comment below if you did. And just tell me what I've missed out, what you want to see, because obviously I've got one more, and then whatever ponies I continue to buy, there'll be more Meet the Horses vlogs. So yeah, I really like seeing the comments and hearing from you guys, because that's sort of the only way I have of gauging whether these videos are good, because personally I think they're rubbish when I watch them back. So it's really nice to hear from you guys what you think of them. You can see the youngsters. Where are they? There! Look, that little blob is Brinny lying down. I can't really point to it. It's really hard to point when you're filming and it's backwards. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, there's lots of exciting stuff coming up on my channel. I'm going to try and get into YouTube over winter because I'll have more time to edit and film videos. So let's just ride this YouTube train, guys. All aboard the Elphick.Event.Ponies YouTube train. That's catchy, isn't it? But over and out for now. I will see you very soon, I'm sure. Ta-ra.